All right. Well, hello. Hello, everyone. DSP here, and welcome. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully, you're doing well. I am doing fine. And, of course, much like everyone else, I am super pumped, super excited, ladies and gentlemen, because today will be the premiere of something 7 years in the making, a playthrough, right? That really, it comes full circle for me. Because I've said this numerous times over the past several days that it was really my Fallout 3 playthrough way back, which started, if you can believe it, on November 28th, 2008. Nearly 7 full years ago. It was this playthrough that really put me on the map of gaming on YouTube. Back at a time when YouTube was a very different place. Back when the small individual could actually become noticed and make something of themselves without any kind of huge production, huge money, huge backing, without teams of people working and editing on videos to make them TV quality, or more like making everything on YouTube almost like a TV show. Back then, it was more like if you just had talent, if you had a fun personality, if you had a love for something, you could have that come through in your videos on YouTube. Your videos would go viral. And you could become a very popular person on YouTube for that. And quite honestly, when I started back in 2008, just kind of playing video games and joking and doing live impromptu, almost improv comedy kind of commentary on my videos, I never expected that it would ever amount to anything significant. I certainly never thought that 7 years later, I would live on the other side of the United States of America in a nice house with my girlfriend. I certainly didn't think I'd ever be doing this for a living, but it's funny how things work out, right? And so for me, this really does feel like coming full circle. It was that Fallout 3 playthrough. If you remember, I recorded it with a crappy Sony digital camera that actually I had had lying around my house for years, and it wasn't a good one. It was a piece of garbage, quite honestly. It wasn't even HD, and I had to kind of skew this camera sideways to fit my widescreen television into the shot. So all my playthroughs had skewed visuals, and it was guerrilla style, where I was kind of just, giving live commentary with the camera of the microphone, or the microphone built into the camera, excuse me. And it didn't look or sound great, but it caught on because of what it was. It was a guy who was just playing games, having fun with them, right? Sharing that experience, and sharing that, basically, that love of video games with everyone. And it was irreverent, right? I would swear at the game, and I'd get angry, and every once in a while I would have a drink, and I would get lost and do stuff. But it was funny because I stuck to my guns and said, anything that happens in this playthrough, I'm going to stick to it. I'm not going to go back and say, oh, I screwed up, let me reload and fix that. No. Even the stuff that I did the few times that I drank, I made stick. Entire towns of people were slaughtered willy-nilly. I got lost in sewers. Oh my god, the sewers of Fallout 3. How many times did I get lost in the fucking sewers? Thought they looked everything down there does look exactly the same. And, with the waypoint system, that wasn't exactly the best all the time. Wandering in circles for like hours on end in the sewers. But it was something epic. And quite honestly, I mean, you'd probably be hard-pressed, for those who were around back in 2008, right, to find someone who was watching gameplay videos back then and said that they hadn't heard of me or that they hadn't watched my Fallout 3 playthrough. I mean, that's how popular the damn thing was. I'm kind of always going to be synonymous with Fallout 3, I feel. Whether you love me or hate me, people are going to say, Fallout 3, that was awesome. When Phil did that full playthrough when the game was new, it was something different, it was something fresh, and it was certainly something that, was worth a watch. So fast forward 7 years later, right, to today. It is an awesome experience to be able to have done this for 7 years, to have shared my gameplay and life experiences with many of you, and to be able to play this game today, all right? And for some people already questioning, I don't understand. Phil said that, the past couple of months have been rough for him with false copyright strikes hurting his business. Why wasn't he awake at 8 a.m. his time to start live streaming? Why isn't he doing a 15 to 24 hour marathon like a lot of people are doing today? I don't understand. It's very simple. Because to me, and this is probably a statement that I hope people will take to heart. To me, Fallout 4 is not a paycheck. It's an amazing gameplay experience that I cannot wait to share, and I cannot wait to take my time with and delve into at my own pace and have fun with it and not get burnt out on it, right? And not rush through it. No, Fallout 4 is not a paycheck. It's not. And anyone who treats it like that, shame on you. Because this is a game that we've all been waiting for how long? And to basically say, I need to be playing it at 8 a.m., I'm going to do 24 hours so I can get them views, I really don't give a shit. And I've said this, that I really don't think, quite honestly, that this week in particular, this launch week for Fallout 4, that I'm even going to get tons of views on this playthrough. I don't think so. Because I think this is the kind of game that people want to play at their own pace, right? You want to experience the game, and then once you've experienced it, then you want to see how other people experienced it. So I almost guarantee you that after today, you will have the initial huge rush of people because it's launch day. I'm playing it a day early because I have a review copy of the game, right? But I almost guarantee you that after today's initial boost of attention happens, that it's going to die down, and that's okay. What I will say to you is this. Thank you, first of all, if you are here live on stream. I see we have quite a lot of stream attendees, and it is growing at a very exponential pace. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. But if you have Fallout 4, if you're getting Fallout 4 this week, all right, enjoy the game by yourself, and then come on over and watch my playthrough when you get the chance after you've played it yourself. Do your best to avoid spoilers, and that's going to be a daunting task, let me tell you, because pretty much every single internet troll on the planet has decided that this would be their time to strike. Idiots who got the game 2 weeks early, who already played through the whole fucking game and spoiled it and told people the plot because they're morons, have done so, and now you've got these internet trolls who are spreading the plot and the twists of the game all over the internet. It's not just, not just my content and my videos and my streams. No, everywhere. It's freaking everywhere, man. It's insane. You go to a fucking forum for I don't know, I need help with Photoshop. I can't figure out how to make this lens flare look good. And immediately the first post is, did you hear? Here's the big twist of Fallout 4. And you're like, what the fuck is this? Come on, man. But that's what's going to happen. That's human nature. That is human nature, is to be dicks, to spoil, to stick it to people. People get their jollies when they know that they can hurt someone anonymously. So I will tell you this right up front. If you plan on playing Fallout 4 and you care about being spoiled, I strongly recommend you stay away from video comments, from stream chats, even to some extent places like social media when it comes to, if you see a tweet from someone, don't read the replies to the tweets. Even that is not, it's like people will tweet, oh man, I just had the most delicious ham sandwich in my entire life. And then the first response on Twitter is, did you hear that this happens in Fallout 4? It's, oh my God, it's out of control. It's absolutely out of control. So be very careful. Do your best, be very diligent. Some people, unfortunately, have already been massively spoiled and have said, man, we're so disappointed. It is what it is. I really feel that, unfortunately, even though that kind of stuff can happen, this at least, right, is the kind of game that has so much content. It's going to be so long, so immersive, that even if one little thing gets spoiled, there's still 500 other things that you can enjoy. All right? So thank you if you are here live on stream, if you are watching this on launch day, if you are going to be watching this playthrough during the course of the week. I actually got a messages saying that I'm not actually buying Fallout 4, but I'm going to watch your playthrough, stuff like that. Awesome, welcome. But listen, I'm certainly not going to hold it against anyone if you're playing the game yourself and you've decided that you want to play the game first and then you want to come and check out the content and my playthrough afterwards. In fact, that's kind of how I recommend that you do it. It's the smart thing to do, so that way you don't get massively spoiled on everything in the game. This kind of game is the kind of game that has so much to it that seeing stuff genuinely for the first time is some of the massive appeal of the game. And in that vein of thought, FYI, all week, even though I'll be playing and streaming Fallout 4, I will not have Stream Chat open, okay? Stream Chat right now is closed. It's actually, my laptop is still open, but it's closed to the point where I can't see, who's actually chatting or whatever. because I don't want it to be distracting. I don't want it to spoil anything. I just want to be me in the game, just like it was back in the day 7 years ago. Me in the game, hyper-focused, right? And sharing that experience with you live or on demand on YouTube if you're watching this as an on-demand video, okay? A few things. That means, obviously, that I am not going to be paying attention to the stream chat. I'm certainly not going to be paying attention all the time to the stream. So if the stream does go down, I apologize. I'm going to be focused on the game. So if, there might be internet issues, whatever happens, I'm not going to be able to really do much about it, if anything. I'm going to be hyper-focused on playing the game, so understand that. I apologize if the stream does go down. I will tell you this, I do feel the best way to view this playthrough would obviously be on demand on YouTube, because that's going to be the uncut videos, you know what I mean? It's going to be the raw gameplay footage that's going to look great. There's not going to be any internet connectivity issues or whatever. So if you're watching the stream and you're having issues, I apologize. But please, you can watch the videos on demand once they're uploaded, all right? Excuse me. So, ladies and gentlemen, right now I'm about to play for around, we'll say 3 to 4 hours. And what I mean by that is today's a different day for me. I actually cleared my schedule. What I mean by that is I don't have to adhere to any normal schedule. I can go as long as I want on this first stream. So if I'm in the middle of something huge, wow, this is a great quest line, I want to keep going, I don't feel like stopping to take a break or whatever, I could keep going. So that's a cool thing. And then whenever I do get hungry or I'm getting a little bit worn out, we're going to stop this first gameplay session. I'm going to at least tell you it's going to at least be 3 hours long. It more than likely will end up being longer than that for this first session, okay? And then after that, I'll take a break for dinner. I'll come back in a couple hours after that. We'll see. What I'll do is I will tweet. I will tweet everyone. @TheyCallMeDSP is my Twitter. I'll let everyone know there when I'm coming back. And there is going to be a second gameplay session tonight. That will definitely be several hours long. So the thing is, normally I would only play around 5 hours for a launch day. I may go much longer than that today. You might see even more than that. I'm not promising anything, but I'm just saying it's Fallout 4. If there were any game where I would probably do that, this would probably be the game. I am playing on Xbox One. Already there's all this bullshit controversy all over the internet. For the entire past week, all anyone heard was that the PlayStation 4 version of this game had frame rate issues. And they're like, wow, much like the Fallout games on PlayStation 3, they now perform inferior on PS4, and so PS4 owners got dicked over. This morning, well, Digital Foundry says the Xbox One version has frame rate issues, and so it's the Xbox One version that's inferior. I don't listen. If what you care about, if really all you care about is a couple dips in fucking frame rate, you're doing it wrong. I don't think anyone should give a shit about a couple dips in frame rate here or there. Now, if one version was completely bugged and glitched out and you couldn't progress, if you remember, when these games came out on the PlayStation 3, there were massive loading issues. There was massive game freezing. Even save games were being fucking erased. That's a problem. But there's no reason anyone should give a fuck about a few frames of animation for this game. And shame on people who, once again, do this all for attention and drama. That's what it is. It's attention and drama, stirring the pot, right? Oh, the PS bots versus the X bots. You know what I mean? It's these people you're trying to defend these respective consoles when, in actuality, who gives a flaming fuck, right? The bottom line is the guy who owns the monstrous, expensive PC gaming rig is going to get the best experience anyway. So everyone who's playing it on console kind of got the inferior version regardless. So it doesn't really matter. We can all stand here and say it's the PS4 is better, the Xbox One's better, and in actuality, you're all wrong because the PC version is always going to be the superior version for games like this. So, neener, neener. Now all the PC master race are like, ho ho, we got the one up. Fuck you. All right. So yeah, I am playing on Xbox One. By the way, I did figure out yesterday how to take a screenshot and share screenshots on Twitter. So over the course of the week, as I'm playing, if I remember to do this, I'll be taking screenshots in-game and sharing them on Twitter. By the way, the embargo was lifted, so yes, I could share anything I want on social media or whatever about this game now. And it's going to be, I think, a lot of fun. It's going to be a cool experience for those who are playing the game, and then watching my playthrough, it's going to be a cool experience for those who decided not to play the game and watch the playthrough. 7 years in the making. Again, I really do feel like this has come full circle. Like, this Fallout 3 was the first major game that I had done a full-length, long-run playthrough for on my original Dark Side Phil channel. And the fact that 7 years later, I'm still doing it, I'm still going strong, I'm still having fun doing it. Like I said, I don't see the game as a paycheck. I see it as a fun experience, and almost the 7 year in the making playthrough that everyone always wanted to see. That's what I'm here for. And I hope that that's what you're here for too. I hope that you have fun with me all this week. Again, you can't go wrong. If you're busy one day, you can always get caught up on the videos, as they go on demand on DSPGaming, and then you can just jump on the stream whenever you have some time. It's not like, oh man, I missed out one session of Phil play, now I can't watch anymore. No, that's the cool thing. This is going to be an ongoing journey, and who knows, even in a week's time, who knows if we're going to have done everything in the game. I actually have the strategy guide for the game is coming tomorrow. I got it on Amazon months ago. The strategy guide normally is $40. Yeah, insanely expensive, $40 strategy guide. But it was on pre-order for only like $22 or something like that months ago. So I got it. It's coming tomorrow. I got the shipment confirmation and everything. So what we'll do, my first run here, obviously I'm going to go through and try to explore everything for myself. But if there's a quest that I can't figure out, oh man, I played this to the end, but I can't figure out what I'm supposed to do with it. I'll check it out on, on the strategy guide, and we'll have a good point of reference to figure stuff out as well. So that's going to be good too. A lot of people don't realize that both for Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, I was using a strategy guide the whole time. A lot of people don't know that, but what would happen is a lot of the times I would get confused because the strategy guides were wrong in a lot of cases. They had misinformation because they were playing the pre-release version, and then they would change something in the final version. And so they'd be like, oh, go here, and this item's here, and it would just not be there. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? So that's why I kind of want to play it by ear and just do it an honest playthrough first. And if I get stuck, then maybe I'll reference the strategy guide. But for the most part, it's going to be just raw experience with the game. So, all right, so enough of me gabbing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's begin. Let's get started. The 7-year odyssey has come to fruition. Fallout 4 is upon us. Get hyped. I'm hyped. I hope you're hyped. I've been waiting for this for a long time. And it is now time for us to embark, to leave Vault 111, and to see what this wasteland has to offer us, alright? And of course, it's all set in Boston, so everyone's going to have a weird accent, and I won't understand any of them. Alright, I digress. Let us begin. The Fallout 4 epic journey begins now. Thank you to all of you who are here live. It's really awesome to see many of you coming out, and I think it's time. Here we go.